Okay, welcome back to the fallen tree. Today we're going to be starting to put a finish on the spiral stairs that we did over the winter. So weather's nice. I cleaned them up real nice. I vacuumed them, took a microfiber cloth, dusted them all off, cleaned them as well as I could here. So I'm going to be using this water-based varnish. It's 4 floors. I chose water-based because it's not going to make the wood as dark as an oil base. I wanted to keep kind of the natural look as much as I could. I'm going to be using a paint sprayer. So we're going to be putting a few coats on the stairs and the top rail, a couple coats on everything else. And we'll see how it turns out. I think it's going to turn out pretty nice, hopefully. There's a lot of work that's going to go involved. We got to sand in between coats, then dust it all off again with a microfiber cloth. I put down some plastic over the beams that are going to stay exposed, up over the window and down on the floor here. The walls I'm not too worried about because I plan on covering those. So if those get a little bit of overspray, I'm not worried about that. Well, let's get started and we'll see how we do. We're going to be using this Wagner 130 paint sprayer to install the varnish on these stairs. It's a homeowner's model, airless air sprayer. Works pretty good. I've used it several times around the house. So I want to take a second and show you guys how it works. Not a sponsor with Wagner or the manufacturer of this varnish. So, first of all, there's special tips they go in to the sprayer. For this application, we're going to be using a 413. I tried the 311. It was too fine. The water-based varnish was too thick for it. So let me show you how it works. So when I was picking out this stain, I went to a local paint store, mom and pop paint store that's been around ever since I've been a little kid. Pretty much all they do. So I didn't know much about what I needed to do here. So I talked to them. They recommended this varnish. They told me if I wanted a little darker, I'd go with an oil base, but this would keep more of a natural look. One thing they did tell me is to make sure I stirred it real well. There's a lot of stuff that ends up on the bottom, and it won't dry properly if I don't. Told me to spray it, don't brush it. Kind of see how dark it was there at the bottom there on my paint stick. It's a little bit thicker. So we'll pour some of this into my paint sprayer here and go to town. Now on the side of the Control Pro 130, you'll see an on-off switch, this red button down here. We're going to turn that on. And then we have this yellow switch, which controls the primer. So we're going to switch this yellow switch here. machine. So on your handle here, you'll see this nozzle, this green thing. It's pointing backwards right now. So when it's pointing backwards, that's kind of how you clear it. So the first thing I do, because I ran soapy water through it last time, is I'm going to shoot it into this bucket and get rid of all the water that was in the line. Now that we've got it primed, we simply spin this around so the arrow's pointing towards the sprayer, and then this also turns sideways. So if you want to spray horizontally or up and down. Now using nice smooth strokes, I'm trying to evenly and lightly spray each coat. I started at the top and slowly worked my way down to the bottom. And then a quick, easy cleanup with warm soapy water. I dump it into my sprayer and I'll run it through the hose until it comes out clear. Then it'll be ready for the next day, where we'll come back and start all over again. Okay, so we're back at it today. I did take yesterday off. I didn't make it out here the following day. So this is after one coat. See, it's got a little bit of a shine. Still feels rough. Next step is to take some 220 sandpaper and we're going to sand everything, wipe it down with our microfiber cloth again. If you're using an oil base, I guess you can use a tack cloth. So we're going to give everything a light sanding in between coats with this 220 sandpaper and wipe the dust away with a microfiber cloth. And I'm going to continue this process where I sand, wipe, and spray until I get about 5 or 6 coats on. Being that these are going to be heavily used, I want to make sure I get a good base of varnish on it to keep up with the wear and tear of daily life. Even though I'm putting a light coat of varnish on, I'm still getting some dripping on the bottom of the treads, so I carefully wipe those with a brush, just enough to get the drip marks. Well, they turned out spectacular. Very happy with the way they turned out. I do got a few more surprises for them, but that's going to have to wait till another day. So, if you like this episode, or any of the other ones, please click subscribe, like, share, and by all means, comment. Let me know what you think. I enjoyed having you on this part of the journey, and hope to see you on many more. Thanks for watching. Until next time.